This woman decided to open her grandmother's old garage. What she found there was unexpected. Ari Jin was going through a difficult economic period. She was nauseous every time she received a bill on her doorstep. She'd taken on the task of dealing with her grandfather's assets and properties. Of course, that wasn't an easy task. She and her grandmother had to go through the documents and carefully read every line about what Grandpa had left behind. Many letters, many numbers. I had to go to an advisor to help me understand my grandfather's financial situation well. Still, what I understood was what I least expected. My grandfather had nothing. And what worries most was my grandmother, who unfortunately wasn't in a good economic position and obviously not ready to hear such news. Even the money she received from her retirement wasn't enough, the woman said. Sadly, Ari Jin concluded that her grandmother would end up in a nursing home, even though she didn't want to break the bad news to her. One day, Ari Jin went downstairs and found her grandmother, who greeted her cheerfully, even though she was still mourning her husband. That is, until they sat together at the table in the empty house and ate breakfast. Suddenly, her grandmother broke the silence and asked Ari if she could help clean her grandpa's farm. After all, it now belonged to Grandma. The site had been Ari Jin's grandfather's domain for many years and it was always kept closed. Thus, when she opened the door, the young woman was unsure of what she'd find inside. "What'll I find inside?" she wondered as the doors opened. Soon she accidentally saw some words on the back of a metal piece under a tarp. The woman was then about to discover a long-forgotten masterpiece. The young woman found a Lamborghini Countach from the 1900 Pigs LP 500cc model. Only 321 of this model were made. This made it one of the rarest cars on the planet. It was parked in the garage just under their nose, gathering dust for years. But that wasn't the only thing she saw in the dusty garage. A faded Ferrari 308 was in front of the Lamborghini, which may have been just as impressive. It was the same car driven by Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Wolf of Wall Street, but it was still amazing, Ari Jin said. "I was stunned, so that was probably a valuable discovery, and someone would surely be willing to pay tons of money for that car," she added. The Lamborghini with Crerian was found in the garage. It was a 500s model with a 4.8-liter B12 engine. At the time, it was probably worth between $400,000 and $500,000. But while the years weren't so kind to the vehicle, a British newspaper claimed the Lamborghini and Ferrari would be worth roughly the same amount if they were sold together. Yes, this was a garage full of treasures. At first, Ari Jin had talked to her grandmother and according to her, she'd completely forgotten the cars, but soon remembered her husband had bought them for his exotic car rental business in '89. However, after maintenance and insurance costs became too high, her husband kept the vehicles in his garage for more than 20 years instead of selling them as a child. Ari Jin and her grandmother were struggling to make ends meet, but they didn't know there was a fortune parked behind the garage door. This incident changed their life forever, and all thanks to the grandfather who left, leaving a great treasure. So if your grandmother asks for your help cleaning her garage, then go help her immediately. You never know what luxurious lost treasures you may find. At the moment, Ari Jin was looking to restore the vehicles and is receiving many offers. However, the only one who can decide what to do with them is the grandmother. Without a doubt, a unique story with really fascinating content. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our latest uploads.